Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We're going to jump in the queue here. By the way, look at that, only one more ranked game. At the end of this game, my vacation penalty will be gone, probably temporarily. But won't that be a thing to behold, huh? Anyway, let's go watch a game. Meowth versus Main GI, sure. In the early stages here, cutting for Zamora. Sure, seems pretty normal, I guess. I don't know. Is Zamora good here? What do you do with this set? I kind of... like, something is pulling me towards Ice Blade here. I'm not sure why. I think it sort of anti-synergizes with Arms Race. It's not to say you shouldn't get it, but like I don't think you should get both. Because Ice Blade is about pressuring your opponent, making it hard for them to defend, and Arms Race gives your opponent defense. Alright, looks like we're gonna have a Zamora mirror. What do you get with the Zamora? Sure. Well, I might prefer another drone, and then you can go BA next turn for like Arms Race as your first attacker, and then you transition into like Sentinels and Walls or something. Sentinels and one Tarsier and a Splitter. I'm not sure how the econ works out for that. I think you just let the Sentinel kill an NG, it's fine. You could buy a Rhino, but that just, like, delays opponent's Sentinel value. It doesn't actually take it away. They'll hold Sentinel, presumably. Really? No Arms Race, huh? What? Why? What? Okay, we want to set up for double Arms Race. This wall blocking the Sentinel is still questionable. But 2 Tarsiers first into double Arms Race is pretty cool. I'm just not sure about the wall is all. Green count for Zamora. Not going to be an issue for Meowth for sure. Main GI, probably also not going to have much of an issue with it. But if you buy too many Arms Races, you might. I would like to see another Conduit at some point here. Because you want to be building Sentinels as well. I think this third Arms Race is probably too much. Did Q Defense just absorb on Sentinel? I guess I could imagine. Like, it's clearly the wrong play, but I could imagine how Q Defense might come up with it. They both have 3 health after all. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of a Zamora problem. Not a huge one, but a problem. Yeah, I think this last Arms Race was a little too much, and Meowth is quite a bit behind on permanent attack, but has a lot more comfortable time defending. And also gets the first Zamora. Just gonna allow the breach or what? No. Surely not. Oh, that's not... You can't force field and cut a conduit. You can do one of the two, but not both. Oh wow, holding 2 Sentinels, that's pretty scary. But, you know, your opponent can't actually fire Zamora very well, so... Well, I'm glad to be vindicated when I said that I thought Main GI should get another Conduit instead of that third Arms Race. It looks like it's causing quite a lot of trouble. And Meowth is still losing both Sentinels, even holding back a Splitter. But not being able to fire Zamora is a humongous problem. Like, yeah, you can accumulate 5 green, but are you going to be able to get to Zamora the turn after even? Like, if one player fires Zamora and the other doesn't, it's really hard to stay defended. And yeah, Q did it again. I don't know. Do they need to fix that or something? Or maybe Meowth is memeing and is control clicking the sentinels. I don't know. Yeah, this is just superb, right? No, you don't even have to. Yeah, this is defended. Although, you lose the rhinos, I guess. I guess that's what they're for. Yeah, this looks pretty sad. We're only actually attacking for 15, but that's still really hard for main GI to cope with. The 2 Tarsiers into double arms race might also have been too greedy. Maybe just 1 arms race into like getting some more green so you can get sentinels. Would have been a better try. Yeah, I guess you do need to do all this. I'd actually consider holding a splitter here instead of the drone. Buys you a lot of defensive tempo, including keeping a rhino alive. But it doesn't really matter. Clearly winning here. Alright, we're matched with Leaky. I don't remember if I've played Leaky. Maybe once. Maybe just seen live games. I'm not sure. Base +8, 60 seconds. I see Chronofilter, Shadowfang, but I also see Apollo. And I also see Antimacomet? There's a good red sync as well. Like a couple, sort of, so... There's a lot telling me that Shadowfang could be playable. The main argument against it is Chronofilter. Sorry, Apollo. And sort of Antimacomet, which is what I meant when I said Chronofilter. There's no real, like, absorber this game. There's Big Soak in Poliwall, Thunderhead, and Comet, which are all sort of Big Soak. And there's Small Soak in Corpus and Nitro. So I guess the question is, can you, like, rush down an Apollo player before they start killing your Fangs? I don't know. Chronofilter sort of helps out the Apollo player too, and they have access to Poliwall. That's kind of a thing. I have 10 drones right now. I could do something crazy like A1 next turn into Fang, but I can't spend the blue, so that doesn't seem so great. I feel like what Fang needs is some soak in front of it. And so you could, what if you could like Comet into Fang? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? It would. How would you do that? DDC, DD1, Comet? Easier for opponent than for me, though. I mean, I guess there's this. That might be a little too fast. I don't know, though. I think this has some merit, like... Just because, if I don't, I think opponent has a pretty darn good Comet themselves that I would have trouble coping with. This is a mediocre Comet, but I think it's good to get the first one rather than letting my opponent get a pretty good one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like crazy here, but I think this is pretty cool. I mean, I'll be hitting for 12. They can certainly cope with that, but it won't be like super comfortable or anything. And I mean, they're holding back this splitter, right? So shouldn't it just be a wall? I think so. If they do this and don't gain access to Polywall, they're going to be in some trouble. I mean, even if you click Splitter, I'm attacking for 11. You can't live with that. So you have to hold Splitter, and then I'm still attacking for 10. Right? And, like, that's, you know, a Polywall defends, I guess. Or wall and some force fields, maybe? I could leave it alive and let them lose the splitter, but I don't see why that would be so great. So I'd like to do this and then grab an Animus next turn. Well, I'd like to grab an Animus next turn. So the question is, do I get the Tarsier? I think so, because, like, next turn I can ADD, right? And then I'll have 13 drones and $1 is 14. 14 is Fang and Float the Blue, which I don't like. So let's get this instead. Kind of a crummy Comet. Yeah, okay, you're gonna counter it, sure, I guess. Alright, so Shadow Fang next turn, not happening. Or Animus into Fang, not happening at the moment. But how big a Comet are they gonna get? 5 plus 6 is 11, plus they can click these two. That's 13 damage is what I'm facing. That's fine. I don't even have to do anything if I don't want. I could actually get the Animus. Or I could buy 4 drones. The world is my oyster. Now, a Fang right now is pretty bad since it bumps into a Steel Splitter. Or, well, a wall. Whatever. Could I spend the tech anyway, like this? Yes, I could, like, TT4S. Which seems alright. And then I'm set up for, like, Fangs later. Sure. Why not? Second blue? Why? Actually, you know what? Since I'm buying the splitter anyway, the Fang actually does something right now if I want it. Right? It does like a damage. Yeah, that's better than TT4. Which, like, gives me the same amount of attack, permanent attack as Fang. But it gives me a Nitro instead of doing a damage to the opponent. And it costs $1 more. Yeah. So the Fang is like $1 cheaper than that, I think, basically. Okay. Oh my god. How did I let this happen? I forgot about Apollo. I was like, what do they want a second blue for, those weirdos? But I didn't actually, like, think about it. Okay, well. We're just not going to buy any more Fangs. This one Fang has tempted them into Apollo, and I'm not going to buy any more. It'll get good value once, and then it'll be like, okay, but I'll have a ton more attack. So much more. That's my plan. I have plenty of red sinks. I don't need to buy Fangs. This was a giant bait. I planned it. That's quite a play. They meant Shift D instead of Shift F, I guess. Thunderhead. Wow, what a play, huh? Actually, I don't want any of my red. I have too much green. Let's just turn it all into Sibes. Do I need to worry about them getting Thunderhead or something? I guess it's a possibility. But all the Sibes are a good prep for that, right? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I'll be just fine to deal with a Thunderhead if they buy it. They're gonna get to snipe a Fang, and that's pretty cool, but I'm up a lot of attack. What's the plan? Drones? Wow. This guy is like... This Apollo has really done something to him. That's quite a thing. If he snipes my wall, I get no absorb. That's kind of a bummer. But also, he's not he's attacking for 0, so what do I care, right? Let's just make this another Sibe as well. Now I can pick up a Thunderhead next turn. And still spend all my red, which is pretty cool. Now I can buy a Thunderhead and spend almost all my red. That's probably better. Opponent is now doing a serious amount of damage, and so holding the splitter is pretty good, I think. Is there some reason to do this? No. My damage next turn will be 5, 9, and 2 side clicks, I guess. Opponent is definitely sniping my splitter. Ah, so if I do this, they have the option to snipe wall instead, but that's like a 5 damage snipe. Like, I shouldn't give them that. Even though it allows me to do 1 more damage next turn, that damage doesn't even matter. Yeah, this is clearly better. And like, good luck killing my Thunderhead, buddy. He's gonna be a value machine. Actually, opponent's not even attacking for enough to make my Thunderhead good. What a bummer. Huh. Right? Because, like, he's just gonna be attacking for 2 and then, like, 3 and... I don't know. The Thunderhead's gonna be fine because it's doing, like, actual damage, and that's cool. And it's absorbing a little. It means I don't have to worry about my absorbers being sniped. That's something. I don't need an NG right now. What am I thinking? But I want 8 permanent attack. Opponent's on 3 permanent attack and an Apollo. I think I'll take that trade. Opponent has quite a lot more tech, I guess, and a little bit more econ. But, you know, we're making him do this, so... And I guess my permanent attack isn't all here yet, but I have a Thunderhead making up for that, so... No real reason to do that. Well, it would make him stop droning, I guess, but I don't know. If he wants to drone, I think he's welcome to do so. Yeah, this seems pretty cool. Why polywalls? Your wall supply is not low. You have your floating blue. It probably doesn't matter all that much, but... like 2 walls would probably be better than a polywall, is all I'm saying. I guess it doesn't matter either way, really. Just a question of which one you think it's more important to save the supplies of, and I don't really know the answer to that. No reason to do this, so I won't. Okay, let's get that tech spent. Not having an absorber is kind of a bummer right now, so I'm probably gonna have to build like wall rhino, which kind of stinks. I don't know, maybe it's fine. I mean, this is not correct, just checking, like, it doesn't kill anything very important. Okay. I guess since I have the Corpus to absorb, I could get a Tarsier. But I think I want a Rhino. Oh! Wow! That's If you can actually buy that, you're gonna be pretty happy. Well, there it is. I mean, it's a legal purchase. It's costing you a lot, but... Wow. Oh no, I'm gonna lose this game. I don't even have friggin' absorber. This is the worst. When are they gonna nerf Polywall? That's my question. Yeah, I'm just toast. Alright, see you later. That's gonna hurt. Yeah. I don't know. I really didn't think Apollo was gonna be good enough here. My first comment was of questionable value, but it seemed like out of this I transitioned just fine. Right? Like, opponent... Well, I don't know. Maybe opponent just picked the right tech out of this? I mean, I don't know. The other thing is, like, that... You know, when the dust settled from Comet, what was the situation? Opponent's up 4 soak, but I have a wall. So it's actually about like 1 soak, because eventually this wall can become soak. Or opponent can build a wall and, you know, whatever. I think I'm down like a soak. I'm up a drone and I'm up 2 attack, but opponent has this Apollo. I guess I just didn't really believe this game would be slow enough for Apollo, but I really should have believed it because of the Comet. I don't know, like, could I have... I could BB here, I guess. Yeah, I guess, like, I was talking in the beginning about about Shadowfang needing some tempo, and that's why I wanted the Comet. But that tempo can be used for anything, right? Including the Apollo. And so the idea of Fang rushing down Apollo is sort of, like, crazy. If you're gonna both get Comets first. There's plenty of time after that for the Apollo to come in. And I think, like, although I probably belittled them for it during the game, opponent, like, committing to droning was actually pretty cool. They basically declared this is going to be a very long game, and, you know, their Apollo is gonna get a lot of value out of that, and if it's going to be a long game, you want a lot of drones. It felt like I was always pretty close to getting through, but I just, like, couldn't quite do it. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't true, though. Like, they were constantly building walls and force fields and never building attackers, but they were droning that whole time, and I wasn't paying much attention to that. They weren't just, like, barely staying alive. They were choosing to invest in a different thing than I was. And I think my Thunderhead was actually maybe early. I don't know. The damage it did was all useful, but it didn't actually defend that much. And also, like, never getting a second blue was a problem. Maybe if I had just done that, I could have, like, had a better time at some point. Like, once the Thunderhead's there, this would be my chance to get a second blue. I think, like, but I don't want it here, right? I don't want it. I don't want to have 2 blue yet. I don't know. I just don't have enough econ for 2 blue, actually. That's just crazy. I was just thinking, like, it was a real bummer that I kept not having an absorber, right? And I thought maybe if I had a blue on the Chrome Filter off turns, I could fix that problem. But I don't think I can because I don't have the money to spend all that tech. I think I was doing as good a job as I could at playing the role I had chosen for myself as the aggressor, but opponents showed that they could hold it and then even went on to get a Fang, and like that's just clearly game over. There's not really any way I recover from this. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a premature resignation. I guess we can look. Definitely a lot of problems going on in my game. Yeah, this doesn't defend. Yeah, no. Forget it. We're not playing it out. This is a lost cause. Yeah, so I think Apollo is just a big winner here. I don't know. The other thing is like the early comet, right? That's the other way I could have lost the game. It's a pretty measly comet, but I didn't want to let my opponent get there first, and there was a lot it seemed like I could do with this tempo. So I don't know, it seemed fine. And it meant that I didn't really have any serious trouble with opponent's comet. I just like transitioned out of it differently than they did. Also, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oops. Get out of here. Yeah, that was because I got this Animus. If I'd gotten some other tech instead, I don't know. Which would be blue. So I guess opponent's slower comet gave them a chance to get 1 blue and make some use of it on the way there. I don't know, it just, like, opponent was floating tech, like, all friggin' game, and it felt like I would have to win from that somehow, but it didn't happen. They just, like, picked the right units and bought a lot of drones. I don't know, man. Weird. I think the game was just a lot slower than I thought it would be, and Apollo and drones were pretty good in that context. Alright, well, I guess that's it. There we go. No vacation penalty. 1985. Amazing. Okay, well, we're done for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.